a note on the account, okay? Well, it'll be disconnected today, and then you'll get a final bill for the rest of it, okay? Well, eventually, if you can't get it, they're gonna charge you $200 for the equipment. No, ma'am. Here at the office here in Hamilton. Or you can mail it.
I can hear it on the phone here.
I'll wait seeing you lied on camera because make sure there ain't employees in the parking lot that can rebuttal what you said.
Do what?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear you, or I wouldn't have asked what you said.
Okay. Okay, I'll just make a note on the account. If you want, I'll make a note on the account. If you decide that you want to have the service reconnected, then you can call us back and let us know, okay? All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh no, she's gonna walk away and refuse to wait. Yeah, see, now that other one walked away, freaking is refusing to wait on us. Okay, one caught lying on camera, and then the other one freaking refuses to wait on us, freaking when they've sat there and been called out with their lies.
She just texted me. She's like, call me.
Don't have no service at home. With no internet, I have no service. Hi. Your name is?
What can I help you with?
Your name is?
Nick Tucker.
You're in charge?
Sir,
You're in charge?
I'm the operations manager on the fiber side.
Okay, I'm here to address the issue of 22 outages since January in the Soldier area.
On the fiber side?
It's either fiber or electric going out and stuff like that and so on and so forth. CBS 42 is already sending a news crew out to interview me tomorrow. I've already talked to Congressman Adderhalt's office and stuff like that. And the fact that I sat there and brought it up on your Facebook page yesterday and stuff like that and tagged CBS 42 and stuff, as soon as operating hours freaking hit this morning, boom, remote signal sits there and kills my internet all day long. Tell me that doesn't look highly suspicious.
We don't have no internet at all.
You don't have internet service right now?
No, I do not.
I can go, I'll run back there and check and see what's going on with it.
I already called freaking or whatever. Well, and and think about it, where I live, that section of 17 out there freaking between Detroit and Soldier, no cell phone service. I have to stand basically on the white line. You know that is a major trucking route, semis going through there and stuff. Risking my life to sit there and call. Otherwise, I have to waste gas to drive 4 miles either way and stuff. So I was hollering back and forth to her. They had her sit there and check freaking the white box or whatever. Only one thing. They sat there and said, well, we'll get somebody out there. I wait 3 hours, nothing.
So we've got, did it go down after the storm? Was it out?
It went, the Freedom went down this morning as soon as your office opened. And like I said, the fact that I tagged CBS 42, ABC 33 and 40, and WBRC to your guys' page yesterday about the tree limbs on the line and numerous people complaining about that nothing's been done for months. I have been refused. The one that works in the far window over there has refused to let me, and I have her lying saying that it's not even a man freaking that's in charge, it's a female. I have her on camera when I was in here an hour ago. She's refused to let me talk to management before when I've come in here to try to address problems. I'm done playing these games.
Well, we're not playing games, and I can assure you there's nothing done to try to sabotage your service or anything like
But
that.
when
No
he
way, shape, nor
when he
form.
called this morning, there was no reporting outages.
Yeah, no reported outages whatsoever.
There's no outages down there.
Exactly. So why is mine the only one?
I mean, that's technical equipment we're dealing with. I can't speak for it. I will be glad to walk back there right now and try to dig into what's going on with it. But we've got technicians that are still, we're trying to clean up from the storms. There was a lot of lightning damage and all.
Because I mean, it worked perfectly fine. I mean, it worked.
I can't.
7 o'clock this morning, I was watching. 7 o'clock this morning, I was streaming stuff or whatever. 8 o'clock hits, boom, goes out. No cell service because, like I said, I got to use Wi-Fi calling there and stuff like that.
We did a maintenance on the Walnut Grove and another one of our sites last night at 12, and I don't know if there was be some repercussions of that. Shouldn't be.
I was gonna say it was working. It was working at 7 o'clock this morning.
That's right. So that was done at 12. So we did firmware upgrades on some of those ONTs.
You would have thought it would have kicked in before that or whatever, and it wouldn't have worked at 7 o'clock.
Like I said, I'd be lying to you if I told you I know exactly what's going on
Right.
with it, because I don't. But I'll be glad to go look at it. And as I told you, I can assure you, there's no efforts. I mean, that'd be stupid on
Well,
us.
the fact that she's refused me numerous times when I've asked to talk to management and stuff when I've had other issues and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's certain things that
That's
we
poor
can't just-
customer service right there.
Well, every time management's we're taking care of other issues too, and if it's an ongoing issue, then yeah, of course we want to hear about it.
Well,
Which
think
it
about
is.
it. I was in here 3 times for the same thing when she refused to let
I
me.
talked to you down there on that teardown in Detroit that day, and you lit into us, and we
Oh,
were
I
out there
pull
trying
up
to-
that day, freaking, and everybody's sitting around and they'd been out for 8 hours.
No, sir, we weren't sitting around. The guys were in there splicing. We got everything ready, and then they were sitting in there splicing. You can't have 4 people in there splicing a fiber. We had been there to get everything up in the air. And
I mean, I understand the tree went down, and stuff like that. It
stuff
just,
like that
yeah.
is absolutely out
Right.
of control. But
Right.
you pulled up and you started cussing at us and all down there too.
Now,
So that was a little
I believe it's
frustrating on our
just
part.
inside of because freaking the comment was made on your Facebook page in reply to her name was Star something or whatever yesterday or whatever and stuff. It was on tombigbee's site that the right of ways are kept clear.
That tree, we can't go down through there just cutting every tree. And that was in somebody's front yard. We have
No. This has nothing to do with the Detroit thing, okay? On my way into town today or whatever and stuff. Right away is several feet each side.
30 foot.
Okay. There is actually a spot where the electric lines, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I know they're electric lines. It's where it goes across 17 and stuff. I want to say it's Marion County side or whatever and stuff like that, okay? And it goes across, it goes diagonal like that, okay? But it's on this side of the road as you're coming in, so it's on actually that side of the road of 17, okay? There is a tree limb that extends from that 30 feet all the way over that far and touching the freaking lines. If it was kept, trees only grow within a couple months, maybe that much freaking a limb. That thing has been let go for months freaking right there. That's proof. And you guys don't hold on. You only have one tree guy. I talked to him out in the parking lot when I left here an hour ago. Everything else you have to subcontract.
Yeah. So we take route by route. I don't have any control of the right-of-way trimming, but we spend millions per year on right-of-way trimming. If we know something that's absolutely going to be a problem, we do try to get those.
Where I live and stuff, where it comes from the road and stuff like that, the pull off the transformer and stuff, I've been there since December. It actually sat there, goes through a big bush that's growing up and around it and stuff like that. And it's been like that for 7 months.
So we try to take it, we take this route, and then by the time we circle back around to this route again, it is grown up, and then it's just a rotation. We rotate the crew.
But like I said, this has been 7 months right at my house alone.
I understand. It's a struggle to keep, of course, everything growing. We're not just trying to neglect it. We're just trying to keep up. And
Because I lived
can't
actually,
speak on that. That's not.
yeah, I lived downtown Hamilton freaking for 5 years before we moved out there in December, okay? That you know for a fact is controlled by Alabama Power. In that 5 years, 6 freaking outages in 5 years. 21 power outages.
Too, though, that's downtown. You
Still.
don't have look where you live now. That's not a good argument.
But I'm like
there.
right
I
on
live
17. I don't live off on some back freaking dirt road
I'm
though.
in nowhere over there, and mine goes down all the time. I'm on Alabama Power, but I understand that because I live so far. There's so many trees along the way that can fall. You live in Detroit. That is a long way from any substation of any sort. So it's a long way.
Oh, there's a substation right there in Detroit.
Well, there's also feed into that substation. So if that feed gets taken down, then also the substation goes down as well. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. We're not, I promise, we're not trying to knock your service out. That's the last thing we want. We want your service to be
just
up
seems
and-
Well, the
Funny
fact of the
though.
matter, I mean, okay, I understand we're not being billed for the electric, but we are being pre-billed for the freedom fiber and stuff. So when the electric goes out for 3 hours, that's 3 hours right there. We don't have freedom fiber and stuff.
But we're doing everything we can to get it restored back. It does us no good to have customers angry at us.
And I've asked several times, and stuff like that is like, well, when it's been down 7, 8 hours.
When it's a storm, we have no control.
Well, I'm just saying,
so that's Mother Nature. We can't
even when it's a light rain and stuff like that, freaking boom, it goes out.
Well, I don't think that's the case.
It is the case. Check your Facebook page. That star girl freaking sat there and even said it. Another person sat there and said even a light wind sits there, it goes out on yesterday's post.
Well, I will go.
It's
check
not
right
just
now
me, freaking. It's other customers.
I understand, but I'll go check right now and see what's going on with your service. But I can't speak on anything right now because I do not know what's going on with it. But I'll be glad to go back there and check on it, pull it up.
Well, I'm not dropping this, freaking. It's going to be looked into. I can promise you that because I'm done playing this.
Well, you can do what you need to do. I mean, we're concerned about it. That's not going to. You do
well, when I'm refused numerous times when I call and ask to talk to management and told I can't, when I come in here and she tells me I can't and stuff like that.
Well,
obviously,
if you conduct yourself in a set way, then we absolutely respond. We're going to respond either way, but I can assure you it does no good to conduct yourself in any other manner than just a reasonable manner as the way we're discussing right now.
And that's exactly how I've come in before. Feel free to sit there and look at the cameras.
The way you conducted yourself when we were out there on the side of the road was anything but. You done cussed one of our people. You'd come up cussing us.
Because I sat there and said, what, we're just sitting on the side of the road? That's it?
Sir?
I have a dash camera. Freaking, I can pull the card for that.
On what?
For that day freaking in Detroit. I can pull the card for that.
What are you pulling it for?
I'm just saying, I have a dash camera saying if you want to sit there and go that route, freaking, I did not sit there and flip out. I acted just like I'm acting now.
You cussed us?
I didn't sit there and I didn't use cuss words.
I'm not arguing with you. I was there. I know what happened. I'm telling you, I'll take care of it. If you're reasonable in your actions, then we'll help you all day long. If you want to get unruly about it, we're not talking about it. We're going to get your service fixed as quick as we can get it fixed, and we'll move forward. So I'll be back.
And in a week or two, it'll be back out again. Well, that's the gist of what's been happening.
I have no control of the power.
We're talking about the internet.
Well, I'm talking about both, actually. We're talking about both, actually.
I'll go check on it right now for you, and I'll be right back.
Fine.
Give me a second.
You're welcome to have a seat if you'd like to. He'll be back with you.
Try to pull the unruly. It's like, I'm going to pull my freaking memory card on my freaking dash cam right now. It's like, I was acting just like I'm acting right now. And you just sat there and said, this is acting freaking civil to talk. Don't give me that freaking BS. I'll call you out every single time when you try to lie. Because they know they're caught. Freaking, they know they can't get out of it now.
Right.
And the fact that she didn't hear what I sat there and said, supposedly. But he came up instead of a female that she claimed.
Mm-hmm.
See, she lied again. Got her on camera lying again. Don't like it when they repeatedly get caught freaking lying. Like I said, because look, there's cameras right up there. I guarantee there's one over in that cubby hole too.
Yep.
And if there's one there and one there, there's one there. That's why I told him, I said, I was civil freaking the day I come in with her freaking whatever, and she sat there and told me I couldn't. Pull your freaking camera feed. You notice that got dropped instantly right there. Because Congressman Adderhall will make them pull their camera feed. Mm-hmm. If that's the freaking art, if that's the route they want to try taking. because I have it on camera, them sitting there stating that, and I sat there and called them out for it.
Right.
I'm done with the freaking BS lies and getting beat around the freaking bush. That's why it's being recorded.
Oh, I hear you.
Because now they can't get out of it.
Right.
They've lied too long, freaking, now it's coming back to bite them.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it, we were in here 3 times that time freaking with her freaking, and we asked to talk to management and she wouldn't.
I don't think I want to hear that one.
3 times in 3 different days, and freaking it still wasn't being addressed. Unless they erased their freaking footage, freaking or whatever, freaking that should all be recorded.
Right.
Can't sit there and deny it.
Right.
If conveniently they don't have it, then guess what? Doesn't matter what they say because conveniently they lost the video of it.
Now see, our camera is override that.
I know. I may look like some country bumpkin freaking hillbilly or whatever and stuff, but you know what? I've got freaking a pretty damn high IQ.
Oh, yeah. I know you do.
I'm not freaking stupid.
I know.
You know what I'm waiting for? To pull up.
See what you
Mm-hmm. I just see it playing out that way. Freaking them trying to cover. I've got everything recorded. Freaking nothing. Freaking I didn't do anything irrational. I've got call logs already to Congressman Adderhalt's office. Freaking, you can feel free to call them right now. Freaking, they can verify it. I have her lying on freaking tape.
Why is it taking so long for them to find out what's going on?
That's what I said. Because I guarantee that's what they're doing. Guarantee that's what they're doing. Which is going to blow up in their freaking face freaking when CBS 42 gets the freaking footage. And Congressman Adderhall freaking gets the footage freaking too. It's going to blow up in their face. They ain't going to like it. Yeah, for not hearing me, and the other one was actually on the phone. For not hearing me, freaking, she knew freaking what I freaking said and freaking sent him up instead.
Yeah, considering she knew her and all that.
But she tried saying it was somebody else, though. Like I said, she sent him up instead, freaking or whatever. But she didn't hear what I said.
Right.
They don't like it when they get called out.
Guys who's currently down in Milford. He's the closest one I got. It looks like there's a bad splice for some reason out in the NID. We have to do a mechanical splice, and from some time From time to time, those things will go bad in the NID. Have no idea why. I don't know. Have no clue. I mean, they're just every now and then they'll go bad. So
I mean, yeah, I get equipment goes bad. I mean,
Yes, sir.
technology's only as smart as freaking the
absolutely.
imbeciles that program it half the time.
He's finishing up where he's at right now. I told him as quick as he can get over there. He's
Is he going to need to be inside or whatever?
Should not. I mean,
Okay, because I mean, after I leave here, freaking, that's what I'm doing. I'm heading
Yes, sir.
home.
Everything.
But I mean, that's 20 minutes away. I don't know if he'd be there before me or not. So
He's right now. He's trying to get a hold of somebody here to provision one in Millport for him, and then he's heading that way. So he shouldn't beat you there by any means. But
yeah, I'm not sure exactly where Millport is. So
what we do, we can get in there, remote in, and it'll give us these BIP errors or whatnot. And I think there's a few of those floating. That usually translates to a bad splice or
Okay.
something like that, or it just needs cleaned.
because even if the door was unlocked and he had access to go in there with nobody there, it'd probably be the worst thing possible because
Yes, sir.
I have a military trained Malinois. I guarantee freaking
Yeah,
he wouldn't be making it off the property.
Unless you there with him. So
The guy that we talked to today, because he had me unplug the power box, the thing, and only one light came on. I don't know
Yeah,
how
on
many.
the little white box.
So the bottom is the power light, and the next one up is the fiber
Yeah,
light.
and when
It
she
did not come on.
it did
No.
not
So
cut.
that shows that there's somehow a disconnect in the physical connection from where it leaves our office back here to tying into that white box. So
Okay.
something's happened in there, and there's no way you'd say, well, it maybe is the wind blowing or something flipping the drop out there in the NID. I don't know. There was really no wind this morning. So
No,
I have no
it's only
idea.
like a 5 mile an hour wind out right
It's a
now.
lie
So
for me to sit and say I know exactly. It could just be that mechanical splice. We do a mechanical burn in there, and sometimes those do it bad. So that's what we think it is.
Okay.
I was saying he's fixing to head out here. He's one of the best guys we got. Be
Okay.
there in one of the bucket trucks here just as quick as he gets freed up in Millport.
well, if it happens to be where it goes to the thing, he may need to freaking get in there with a weed eater and take out some of those little limbs freaking where. Like I said, it's growing up and around it freaking at least 10 feet around.
To y'all's house, straight to your
Well, where it comes to, I'm assuming, okay, because it comes off where the transformer is by the road, okay?
Sure.
Comes through there to a power pole. The lines come to a power pole in the backyard, which we have an outside light right there
Yes, sir.
and stuff. And then from there, it goes to another pole, which is where which our meter and our outside breaker box is there.
And I ain't trying to argue with you at all. I'm not an expert on the power side.
I'm assuming I'm assuming the Freedom Fiber runs with that.
It does.
Okay.
It absolutely does. On Alabama Power, I'm an Alabama Power customer. That's my responsibility to keep it from the transformer, the triplex. I don't know that I'll talk with our power side, but I know on Alabama Power, it's the customer's responsibility, the trimming from the transformer.
Well, that falls on my landlord then because I'm not the property owner.
Understood. But it falls on the
And I can't get them to fix sewage freaking when that goes bad or freaking the air conditioning.
That's the way Alabama Power does, and I'm about 99% certain that's the same policy that tombigbee has as well on the power. Everything from the transformer onto the house is on customer responsibility to keep that right-of-way trim because I run some of mine through.
See, I've lived in Florida, I've lived in New York, freaking, and several other states and stuff. And all those states, up to the meter itself is the power company's responsibility.
Alabama Power's around here for 100% certain because I trimmed it back, and they said this will be your responsibility to keep trim. They said if you want us to bring it through here, this is your responsibility on the triplex because it's coated and all that. And
See, I mean, there's no way I can get up there because, I mean, like I said, it's more of a bush type thing than freaking a tree freaking or whatever. So,
that's not been trimmed because we trimmed.
yeah, because freaking, unless I mean, come on, for me to go rent a bucket truck, that's going to cost me about $1,500 for 2 to 3 days.
And when our crews do come through to trim, they're not going to trim that triplex route. They're going to trim the main routes and the secondary routes, but from the transformer to the home, that's.
Yeah, but like I said, the biggest branches are maybe about that big. That shouldn't be snapping a freaking line, though.
No, should not. But that's generally that's going to be up to the property owner to keep that trim.
Yeah,
So,
and like I said, I mean, that's
it's
almost as tall as the ductwork up there. So, well, not quite that tall. Maybe halfway between those track lights and the duct or whatever. You know, I mean, obviously, there's no way to get in there with a ladder. So,
I understand. That's mine. I'm trying to keep all the tree limbs that's in that route trimmed down so they don't get high.
but like I said, there is that one spot though coming from freaking Detroit, like I said, there is a branch that's at least 10 feet long going over, and it's actually right over freaking one of y'all's freaking lines and stuff like that. It's not a huge one.
Is it on the south? Say that one more time. Where it's at? South side.
It's on 17,
Yes, sir.
heading north, okay, and stuff like that. So so you're heading this way on north, okay? So it's on this side over here.
So leaving your house on 17, it's on the right side.
Yeah.
But it's in Marion County, and it's one of the spots where it crosses the road diagonally and goes through the woods. And you can tell the right of way because it's a big, wide, 30-foot section, whatever. There's one single branch that does go over and stuff like that, So, like I said, for as far out as it's growing, I mean, granted, it's maybe only that big that's going over it. I was doing 60 when I went by it, so. But obviously, it hasn't been cut in a few months. Freaking, if it grew from 15 feet, or is it 30 feet each side?
No, it's 30 foot over.
Okay, so it's 15 feet. So if it grew from the last time, freaking 15 feet out over the line, and it's over the line that much or whatever, it's been a few months.
It's usually we just circle around. We keep a crew trimming at all times, but by the time they work it all the way around our network, it takes a while.
And most of them are contractors. Obviously, from the only one guy.
House right away guy, but he just does one.
Well, he just said he just sat there and worked almost 80 hours. And told, because I talked to him when I was in here an hour ago, freaking, because he was in the parking lot when I went out. Because she tried telling me it was a female that was in charge. Because I asked to talk to who was in charge. Well, she's not here right now. I was recording it. I can play the video for you if you want.
That's fine.
So I seen him when I went out. He was there talking to the grass spraying guys or whatever and stuff like that. So I went over and stuff, and I was like, "Who's in charge?" And he looked over the parking lot. He's like, "He's not here right now." I said, "He?" I said, "So it's not a female?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Well, I don't know. Kind of like it was a miscommunication or something there. But,
But anyways.
Okay, yeah. Let me get heading out there so I can be there
He'll
then.
be out there here shortly. He's, like I said, finishing up in Milford, headed your way.
Okay.
I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on with it, but you'll surely find it out here in just a bit.
Okay, thank you.
I'm good.
That one doesn't open.